Fretwork.
Welcome back to the channel, everybody. So in the last episode, we got our neck almost completely ready to go, got our frets pressed in. Now it's time for the job that I think most guitarists fear. I think there's a little bit of mysticism involved, at least that's the perception. And I'm talking about now doing all of your fretwork, getting them leveled, crowned, and polished. Truth be told, nothing in this process is difficult, but you do have to pay attention. So this isn't going to be a start to finish tutorial, but I will show you the overall process and point some things out as we go along. So let's go ahead and get started, and then at the end of the day, all of our fretwork will be complete. And I hope also to get the satin lacquer sprayed as well. So let's get started. Okay, now that we finally have all of the frets on the same plane, it's time to come back and put the crown back on. So I don't know if you'll be able to see this or not, but now all the frets have a flat on the top, or they've all been leveled. The goal now is to take this diamond crowning file, and we'll take just a few swipes on each fret until there's the tiniest sliver right down the middle that's been untouched by the crowning file. Then we'll come back later with our polishing erasers, and we'll get those polished out, and then all the fretwork is going to be very slick and have the proper crown. So let's get going on this. So through this whole process of crowning and now polishing, what I want to be careful not to do is take any more height off of the frets, since I spent all that time getting them on the same plane in the first place. I don't want to undo that work now, which is why when we were crowning, we left just a very small sliver of unfiled fret at the very top. That let me know that I did not take anything off the overall height. And now in my polishing, I'm just using super fine erasers. I'm using the 800, the 1200, the 2000, and the 4000, so that I'm just getting out that last little bit of rough fret from the initial leveling.
One eternity later.
Okay, now that the frets are all leveled, crowned, and polished, the last step is the fret ends. I've got another small file here. One edge is somewhat rounded so that it doesn't gouge into the fretboard. What we'll do is we'll take this and we'll work the corners of every one of the frets so there's no sharp edges as you're sliding up and down the fretboard. Nothing's gonna snag your finger. It'll make a much more comfortable neck and make the thing enjoy to play. All right, let's get to work. Okay, that's half of the neck. I just did all the fret corners on the treble side. Now flip it over and do all the fret corners on the bass side. Fret work makes for a long day, folks. It's very tedious. So let's get back after it. All right, guys, we did it. We got it all finished up. So as you can tell, it was just a very long, arduous, tedious day in the shop. But really, your fret work, I mean, it deserves it. If you're gonna spend more time on anything else, spend it on your fret work. That's what's gonna make or break your guitar. So we got that finished up. Tomorrow, I'll probably go ahead and get the neck sanded down to 220 and get the lacquer sprayed. And then the next video, hopefully, we'll be working on some airbrushing technique to try to get try to get my feel for it so I can do those highlights on the body, but we'll see how that goes. Anyway, that's it for today, guys. Take care.